Hey yo, this is Amir.
And this is Hanafi.
And this is Nazarene.
And we are the Golden Nuggets Podcast.
This podcast is sponsored by Vital Signs First Aid Training Centre.
Introducing Vital Signs First Aid Training Center, your ultimate destination for workplace safety excellence. Our CPR AED training are absolutely essential. Imagine having a confident and well-prepared workforce at your disposal. A workplace where every single employee knows exactly how to respond in a crisis situation. You can create this kind of workplace with our hands-on training sessions. Our courses are designed to be not just informative, but enjoyable and unforgettable. Schedule a CPR and AED training session with us today, and you'll even enjoy an exclusive discount for early bookings. Don't wait. WhatsApp First Aid to 874-84007 to secure your spot. At Vital Signs, your workplace safety is our top priority. Join us in making your workplace safer and more prepared than ever before.
Nuggets, back to the episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Nuggets Podcast. We are in part 2 with Jasper still.
Yes. All right, welcome. Hello.
All right, Jasper.
Yes.
Can you share with us the difference between number scientists like yourself and also a numerologist?
Okay. So for numerology, right, in the market itself, a lot of them deals with birthday numbers. So birthday numbers is something that I know how to count also, which is what they do is they add your day, your timing, day, month, and the year as well, adding it all together, and then it forms a single number itself. So they just keep adding until one number. One number itself is from 1 to 9.
Yes.
So there is the distinction between your person number 1, your life path number 1, number 2, number 3. So you have different characteristics of individuals. But the problem with that is that there are a lot of people with 1s, a lot of people are 2s, a lot of people are 3. But ultimately, we are still very different people.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so there are people with the same exact birthdays as well. So then there is a limitation. And also at the same time, you know your strengths and weaknesses, but you can't change anything of your weakness. You can only try to improve on it, but there's nothing a lot you can do to make it totally disappear or much more. So there's nothing much you can do for that. So for birthdays, it's quite fixed. So but for numbers phenomena, number scientist, numbers consultant like me or myself, is that we deal with more unique numbers. So like for example, from handphone numbers to even your car plate numbers, your unit numbers. And also at the same time, do you know the passwords that you key in on a daily basis? You unlock your phone.
Oh, okay.
That can tell a lot of things about you.
I see.
Because it's a frequently used password. Yeah, frequently used password. So it's a number that we can analyze a lot of different areas. And you'll realize, right, actually the passwords you use are very similar to the handphone number you use on. It may look different, but because I think in the first episode I got mentioned is that different combinations mean the same thing. So ultimately it still reflects the same thing.
I mean, generally, people use their birthday as password, right?
Oh, depends. I think nowadays, I don't know. I don't think so, but
Yeah,
because I think more and more with a lot of these scams going on and all, I think a lot of people don't dare to put their birthday.
Correct.
So I think nowadays I see a lot more trends of like people putting out alphanumeric numbers. Yeah. So alphanumeric, letters are numbers as well.
Yeah.
So like A01, B02, all the way to Z is 26. So when we look at car plates, same thing. We have to look at the letters also. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a whole permutation and combination. It's very in-depth.
Then what about, nowadays there are password that, it's auto-generated.
OTP, right? All those.
No, not OTP. More like
Password generator.
Like LastPass. I don't know if you heard of this software called LastPass.
The password manager, they can generate lots of
Different
combinations.
Kind of
Yeah,
understand.
and that number will keep on changing. Yeah. So if that's the case, like how can you identify someone just from that number?
Because they still have their handphone.
Okay.
They still got their handphone number. So still can. Because I do work with, like for example, financial advisors. So every 90 days, they have to change their password as well. Yeah, so same thing. But more or less, they will still attract similar passwords. But if let's say it's an AI generated ones, then that one is a bit tricky because it depends on how frequent they change the password as well.
Okay.
Number one. But if let's say, for example, they change the password every 1 year. So that 1 year, right, from that passwords, right, I am able to analyze that whole year, how are they like during that 1 year itself. Yeah, what are some of the characteristics they may have? What are some problems they may face? Just from that 1 year, we are able to identify.
Earlier you mentioned alphabets are also numbers.
Yes. Yep.
So that means our names is also
Yes.
something that, but we can't change. I mean, technically we can change our
Technically
name lah,
can,
but
yeah.
but people don't really change their names.
Correct.
So are you trying to say that if let's say this particular name is kind of like a bad luck name, throughout their whole life it will be like that?
No. Not necessarily. So we don't deal with anything with luck. We are science based, so nothing to do with luck. So for name wise, it's a bit more secondary, same as birthday as well, because people can have the same name.
Okay.
So so we don't deal with names that in depth lah. But of course, ultimately still falls back on to the most unique number. Number one is and that can be changed, which is our handphone lah. And the passwords that we use. Usually, very rarely people have exactly same passwords as well lah. So that is another thing as well.
How about IC number?
Yes, IC as well. Can. IC can analyze also.
But IC cannot change, right?
Cannot change, yes, correct. So we don't deal with that also. We don't want to deal with it also because no point. I can read, but then there's nothing I can do. Then what's the point of me reading it? Yeah.
But you, okay.
So if let's say you say that the numbers define the individual, but the IC number sticks, the individual eventually change. So how can you explain that?
Okay, so for IC number, IC is a bit different. I never learned very in depth into it because I don't really want to go into that because it's something that cannot be changed. So I personally don't want to read my own IC number.
Okay.
So for IC number wise, right, we can actually analyze like different areas of your life in many different areas of years. So like for example, these 5 years, how is your career like? How's your business like, etc. The next 5 years, it's like a UEN like that. Like
Okay.
UEN, same goes for UEN. Like UEN is like a whole flow of time of how your life, which years of your life that will go through, etc. But can't be changed. And also at the same time, if let's say for example the individual changed somehow, all right, then it will reflect on the numbers that they changed. Like for example, the handphone number that they use, the passwords that they use, it will reflect a change.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So there's a difference.
Okay. I think we talk a bit more about business right now. So for you as a numbers consultant, what kind of profile of clients that you look out for, and also how do you actually monetize from what you're doing?
Okay, so I deal with a lot of, I work with a lot of financial advisors, real estate agents, salespeople in general, and also at the same time business owners. Because I think these three segments of people are the ones that they want compressed success. So a lot of people are looking for alternative to try to enhance the sales, make more income, hire people, etc. So we are able to aid them with that areas lah. So usually what they do is they will come to us for consultation, one-on-one consultations, or will be the same as what I went through right at the beginning, which I shared in the first episode, which is I went for a workshop. So we do have workshops as well because we believe in educating the crowd. Because once you understand about numbers, right, then you know how to protect yourself and people around you. That's the more important aspect because they are so-called masters in the market lah. I have to say sorry because there are some masters, actually a lot of them, they can call themselves numbers master, numbers energy, they still energy, they call themselves energy and all. But the problem with that is they come to our class for maybe 4 hours, some of them just workshops 4 hours, and they call themselves masters. I've been in this industry for close to should be coming 4 years already. I don't even dare to call myself master, but they are the ones doing in the market lah, calling themselves masters and changing numbers for people. But the problem with that is after they change, then got more problems. So can you imagine paying for something and then you got more problems?
Yeah, that's true. Like for example, changing UEN, how much is that?
Changing UEN right now is at 18,000.
Oh, serious?
For us, yeah.
1.8.
18, yes.
18,000.
Yes.
So that means someone will go to a fake master and then
for the outside one, fake masters might be cheaper lah. I don't know how much they charge.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Yes.
okay, but with Accra itself.
Oh, with Accra itself, directly with Accra, then there is a Accra fee lah on that side. But for the let's say for example, for them to find a number for you, then depends. Some definitely in the thousands. But the problem is not about the price anymore, because imagine you pay. Let's say I don't say you pay 1,000. I say you pay 500, but your whole business gonna crash. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because they never acquire the full knowledge, because for us we have been in industry for more than 13 years, right? Yeah, we really researched very in depth. So
I
for
see.
them, 4 hours they call themselves masters and then changing number for people. That's a hoax.
Do you have an example, like,
Like negative
Yeah.
experience from your clients, and then they
Yes.
end up going back to you.
A lot.
really? Just share maybe a few.
Wow.
Share the most defining one.
Yeah.
Those most defining one was one of this friend of mine. He actually went to this master to change number. Okay, and what happened is that I told him from his number that he's changed, right? I told him that you have mobility issues. So you'll be restricted mobilities. So restricted mobility, there is only 3 ways. One is either you're bedridden, one is you're wheelchair bound, or the third one you go jail.
Okay.
Right, restricted mobility. So it's logical. So, but he told me, no, I'm fine. My health is, his health already quite bad. So that's why he went to the master. And I told him that. He says, it's fine, it's okay. I feel this master is good, etc. So that was that. Then after that, few months later, I remember it was the start of the year till the about second half of the year. He contacted me again, and he sent me photos of his legs being amputated.
Oh.
What?
Already amputated. Like the last 4 toes already gone. Like completely cut off. Because he
got
already
diabetes,
diabetes. Yeah, he had diabetes. And what happened is that this numbers master, this false master, actually changed the number to accelerate the diabetes for him.
How old is this guy?
Yeah. This guy, he's about in his 40s, 50s?
Wow.
40s, 50s, yeah. So, yeah. And now he's wheelchair bound, he can't walk anymore. Yeah. So half the feet is gone. So that was a very tragic case because when he came back to me, I don't know how to help him because numbers is not magic. I can't grow a leg for you.
Yeah.
So, that's the part. It's very crucial. So, for me, that's why I focus on a lot of educating for people to understand, even if, let's say, you don't upgrade your numbers, you don't change your numbers, etc. But if the point that you know about it, you will not go to false masters like this. So that at least you know how to protect yourself and the people around you. That's the more important aspect.
I see. So, other than these individuals, I understand your business model also goes to other businesses, right?
Yes, correct.
So when you go to other businesses, how exactly do you help them in terms of what you do?
Okay, so right now at this juncture, we are doing a lot of corporate talks with, like for example, financial agencies, real estate agencies as well. So we are doing like some of them even invite me for lunch talks, some of them more for client engagement, etc., to engage the customers. But also at the same time, we do have, because we have our pool of SME bosses that are already our customers, our clientele. So some of them will engage us for, like, for example, when they're hiring people, we can check.
Okay.
Yeah. So from the numbers of the individuals, right, we are able to analyze whether this person is suitable for the role they are looking for,
Wow.
whether this person is capable. Like for example, just
Oh,
like
you mean the applicants of the
Yes.
job
yes,
phone number?
yes, they're able to analyze.
Wow, you can help the HR lah.
Yes, we can help the HR to identify who is capable, who is not, whether this particular person will really put in the hard work, or will this particular person, like for example, lie during the interview and say that they can do a lot of things, but then in real life they can't do much. Because this is something that I talked to some HR, and then that's a problem that they face as well. Because a lot of them are using personality tests, anagrams, etc.
They also can lie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I personally did it before. It's few hundred questions, 100 plus to 200 questions, etc.
Right.
But we also know, we click 20 questions. After
wanna
that,
get
the rest,
over it.
just want to get over it already. So
Yeah.
we are clicking randomly already. So there, that can lie as well. So there is a limitation. But for us, we just need the person's name, the handphone number of the person. We are able to identify. I don't even need to see the person's face.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So
Yep.
what you're telling me is our qualifications means nothing.
Qualifications are quite important. No. So usually a lot of HR or bosses, they get our consultation, right, for this aspect wise, right. We will check their numbers, whether this person is capable. Then after that, from there, we will, let's say they have a list of 20 people they want to interview. Instead of one by one go interview 20 people, we shortlist to 5 for you. Then you go and check their qualifications and everything. If it's suitable for you, then you choose from these 5. But we can guarantee these 5 is, one of them will be definitely very good for you. For your company, for the role that you're looking at. Definitely.
How do you like how definitive is this?
Very different.
Really, that means like it's 100%.
100%.
100%. You can give that kind of guarantee.
Oh, okay.
100%, really?
Okay, disclaimer. Maybe not 100% because it depends on how long the person used the numbers.
Oh, so
like,
you mean the number of years this person used the number?
Also plays an important role.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
If let's say the person used the number the whole life,
Yes, then it's even more accurate. Then that one is straightforward.
Okay.
But if let's say, for example, the person, like for example, just now, the previous episode, I talked about my friend transitioning, and then he used that number maybe for like 2 months. Can still see certain aspects, but the problem is that he haven't went through much with that number. So, and it's a big transition, so that can be a limitation as well. But if he's continually using this number, right, still can work. So definitely, if he, let's say for example, he take this new number, he continues using this number, his habits has formed already. So it's still accurate, but it's just that mainly the person haven't felt anything yet. Yeah, correct. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Earlier you mentioned about how HR use these numbers to identify the right candidate, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, what kind of companies actually does this? Or are you
Exactly.
telling me like big MNCs also do this?
Not at the moment for big MNCs, but we do have a lot of SME owners, business owners, they themselves, when they're hiring people, etc., we can check.
Okay.
We can help them check. So even like, for example, business partnerships, some people are looking for business partners. That's important as well.
Wow, how?
Yeah.
How do you...
So we can check whether this
Define.
person will lie to you.
Okay.
Based on
That's
what?
very important. From the handphone number of the person.
handphone number?
Yes, of the person.
Oh, it's
Yes.
also craft a context.
Yes, of how the person is like in the business also. That is very crucial.
Wow.
Because I've dealt with like certain SME owners, right? I just see their number. I told them, give me your business partner's number.
Wow.
So already it's the business partner. I look at the number, I tell them this person will embezzle your money.
Oh,
Does it happen?
Happened.
Did it happen?
Happened already. He
No,
didn't believe. He went
before
to
or
check.
after?
It was already happening, but he didn't know. Under his nose, he totally don't know.
Ah.
Yeah,
Wow.
the person already siphoning money. So then after that, he left. He said, "No, this person has been with me for very long. He's my brother. Yeah, he's a good guy, etc." So, but it still stuck with him. So he went back and checked the
Wow.
accounts, and turns out that guy already took 5 digits. Yeah,
okay.
so we can prevent that. We
Man.
can
So
prevent
later you can check whether the
Three of
golden
us
nuggets
completed.
got
Yeah, of course, of
decipher
course,
any
of
money.
course.
You know?
Yeah, no lah, should be okay lah. Should be okay. But the
Okay.
rare cases, rare cases.
I mean, just now you talk about this person feel this person is a brother to him, that kind of thing.
Yes, correct.
What about siblings?
Siblings. Very good question.
Like let's say I got one brother and one sister.
Yes.
Just based on our numbers, you can tell what kind of dynamics we have, is it?
Yes, we can tell individual characteristics of individual sibling itself, and also at the same time, in a family, right? I realized this also over years of research. We realized that in a family, people have similar problems as well. They face, so even health problems. So that's where they call it genetics, right? That's where they bring up genetics. So, but for us is that we are able to identify from the number. Like for example, if the parents have certain health habits, health problems because of certain habits they have, if the kid have the same health problem, right, they will have the same habits, which reflects in the number itself. So we have a lot of these kind of case studies. Like for example, we have one classic one that we always share. I remember because I have to sort of like babysit the kid during the consultation. So the mom came for consult. Okay, she gave her numbers. Okay, her number that she used. All right, and she wrote down her IC also. Actually, we didn't need it, but she wrote down as well. So then the kid was only about 4 years old. So I was like
so
sort
young.
of like babysitting him at the side. Then the mom was doing the consult because don't want to disrupt. So the kid was playing his iPad, etc. So the mom has heart problem. She did a heart bypass, etc. already. Then the kid was born with hole in the heart. So also heart problems. So then we were like, we want to know what numbers the kid use. So the mom called the kid over to my developer, my founder, and then we asked him, what numbers do you use? He said he don't have handphone. So the only thing that he used, a number that he used, is the iPad, the password that he clicked, that he select. And the powerful part about that is that he created that password himself. The mother don't know. The kid.
Okay.
The kid created that password himself without the mother knowing. So the mother don't know about the password because the kid wants privacy, right? For nowadays, I think kids, you all will know.
4-year-old also.
Want privacy.
4-year-old?
What the-
They will feel like, I don't want my mom to know what I
Nursery.
watch, etc. So there are a lot of kids like that. I think being more tech savvy, a lot of kids nowadays are becoming more like that.
Okay.
So, and the craziest part was the number that he keyed in to open his iPad was very similar to the mom's number. That was when we were like, whoa. It was very similar. Almost like 4 digits were exactly the same.
So this is where you mentioned about attracting numbers.
Yes, correct. So
Both mom and
mom and siblings, which is they call it the genetics problem, which is reflected in the number. of how the person's health is, the kid's health, etc. Yeah, because same goes like, for example, let's say you have two other siblings, right? If let's say, for example, your parents have a history of certain health problem, not all kids will have it. Some kids, maybe one kid have, two kids have, but the other kid may not have. But then we can analyze from the number to show that these numbers, this kid, the one that don't have very different numbers. Yeah, it reflects. Even for my family. Yes.
Years ago, it's not common for people to have phone numbers. So how does this phenomenon actually works back then?
So last time got pager. Pager also got number.
Okay, let's say before technology or before
way
pager,
before.
yeah.
Way before wise, then that will be a bit more tricky. Like for example, if way before pager wise, there are a lot of other numbers that are around because everything is constructed by numbers. If you realize the table measurements are all numbers as well. The even the door, the percentage of the protein in a certain item that you eat, all are numbers as well. So numbers have been around for many, many years already. Just that nobody actually decipher what it actually means.
Right.
What it actually means. Yeah, but of course, in last time terms wise, you don't have numbers that they are more uniquely to individuals. So that one is a bit tricky to analyze individuals.
You mentioned your company research for 13 years, right?
Yes, correct. Yes.
So that means pager is more than 30 years.
Yeah, definitely. Way. 13 years should be about Nokia days, I think, where the black and white phones are.
No lah.
Yeah.
I think
Or maybe
already colour phone already.
Yeah. Maybe
2010 lah. 2010,
Oh, yeah, about that,
2011
about
already
that.
got colour phone.
Yes,
I think
yes.
iPhone is already born, right?
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah, I guess.
iPhone 3,
Yeah.
iPhone 4.
Yeah, that was when,
Yeah, I think iPhone 4 already. Because I remember my NS days I got iPhone 4.
Oh, wow.
But cannot bring to
2011.
camera.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was so long ago.
Yeah, you know lah how we.
We are in the same camp. So
Oh. Usually it's like that. You'll find a way somehow. But now a bit more strict.
okay, so have you met with skepticism from businesses or anyone that want to hire you as a number consultant? What do they say and how do you counter them?
Oh, a lot actually. There are a lot of. It's very normal because we 13 years is as much as it's a long time, but it's also at the same time
Short
not
time
as
for-
it's not very long as well.
For research is short.
Yes, for research it's short as
Yeah.
well. So there is something new to people. So people are still skeptical as well. It's like for myself, the first time I experienced it, I was very skeptical as well. Same
Bro,
goes-
the moment I
Yeah.
met you
Yeah.
and you say numbers consultant,
Yes.
I immediately skepticism.
normal. It's normal because it's something new that people never heard of.
Yeah.
It's the same as how Alibaba started and everyone says, you sure not this company take off? But look at them now. So it started somewhere. So skepticism wise is very normal. It's something that's why we are doing a lot of education. So normally what I tell people is that if you are very skeptical, it's normal. Just understand more. Come and understand more. No harm. You just understand more certain combination of numbers and you see for yourself. That's number one. But if let's say for example some people may say, oh, really?
Scam.
Is it true? Is it a scam? Then I'll say, pass me your handphone number. I'll read right now for you. And then because it's a first time exposure, right? The first time I meet the person as well, I could tell their life, how the way they sleep, the way they eat. I even met doctors and I could identify first time meeting, I could identify their health problems. And they were shocked. They were like, whoa, what?
Okay.
Yeah, so some of them even tell me, I still remember the doctor was like, wow, is this some witchcraft thing, man? I said, no, it's just a number. Because I remember the doctor is because that doctor's number was very similar to my own number, where I have insomnia. So that was the first thing I said. I said, you got insomnia, right? You cannot sleep. You think too much, you hallucinate. Then he was like, what the?
Oh, so you apply your personal experience as well?
Yes. So based on the combination of numbers lah. So then I apply it when I meet people because I'm client facing as well. So when I meet people, I could analyze from their numbers also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think before we move on to the final part, no, I think we end it here because my next question may be a bit draggy.
Yeah.
So we end the second part.
All right, I have a few questions actually, but let's leave it to the last part of the conversation. See, when we are in the mood of talking, right, you can drag. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I understand.
that's a wrap up for part 2, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.